tends to steer. These narratives are what I feel like perpetuate, conservative, these ideas. And I feel like the emotional immaturity that we all, myself included, exhibit so often has to do with the amount of feelings that are being suppressed instead of felt. Whether those feelings are positive or negative, quote unquote, another binary, you know what I mean? Feelings are feelings, and they're all temporary, as long as you let yourself feel them. As long as you let yourself express them one way or another, right? So if we have a bunch of volatile people running around who don't know how to express their feelings, or don't feel safe expressing their feelings or their needs because we live in this tense state of existence right now where a lot of women are being asked and are listening to the call to level up energetically, to move in accordance to their truth, to not allow people to gaslight them, to not allow themselves to be in situations where they're repeating patterns with the same kinds of people who don't pour back into them. Because as the divine feminine is asked to give and give and give and give and give, and very rarely receives, and very rarely is allowed to receive in the way that it's set up right now. However, that's not how it's supposed to be. There's an imbalance. There's a deep imbalance. And I feel like there's a lot more women getting in tune with what they have to do in order to level up their own consciousness, in order to level up, to get a grip on their own mental health, on their own stress levels, on their own realities, right? And the way that they show up in their realities. And I don't feel like men are doing the same thing as a collective, right? I don't feel like, are there some men doing that? Absolutely. Do I have friends and men in my life who are looking at their roles and how the patriarchy moves and how they can step up better as protectors of the women in their lives, of the queers in their lives, because queerness to me is the opening of the spectrum, right? It's stepping away from this binary that was created and given to us to suppress us, okay? To keep us divided from one another, to keep us in these men versus women cycles, so that the existence of trans folks or the existence of non-binary folks is so crazy and so taboo and so new and whatever. It's not new. This is humans have been experiencing spectrum of existence since the beginning of time. Since old, this is knowledge, this is indigenous to all kinds of places, to everywhere, to reality, to nature, right? So if we have this binary that exists and one side is doing the work, right, the inner work, or not, I can't do that because there are a lot of women who are also still very much stuck in this paradigm, very much stuck. This is why I wanted to do this on a live and not just in a short stint of a thing, because there's so much nuance to this conversation. I believe there's so much nuance to this conversation because I feel like there are so many ways that this manifests for us, right? This is mental health, this is public health, this is the ways that we take care of each other or don't as communities. This is the way we move. It's there's this lack of empathy.